I think it's challenging for us as performers and for audience to sit in a pause, to sit in a silence. We want to see everything. We want to see what's happening. And in fact, there might not be anything happening. What's happening is silence. What's happening is a quest to find a quiet, centered place in yourself. This is what's happening within the class. That's the kind of central action of circle mirror transformation. What's happening in the class is getting centered, getting focused, getting to a place where you can really not only hear each other in the room, but breathe together, pause together, really become one with the other people in the room. So that you can do the simplest of exercises. And in this case, it's simply counting off and not running over the next person. And no one has assigned order or numbers. So you simply have to ensemble it. And that is the essence, really, of great theater, no matter what you're doing. And so that exercise is really honing that skill. But I think it's also a skill that the audience has to develop. The ability to really listen, to wait, to be patient. And there's a payoff that comes later in the play, that you release truth that you weren't expecting. Yeah. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for us. And frankly, when I have taken acting classes or when I took acting classes in school, I think I found exercises like that annoying. You know, I wanted to get on with the work on the script or the blocking or whatever it is. I just found that so tiresome. And there are directors who I've worked with professionally who will insist on those kind of exercises at the start of a process. And my first response is always, oh my God, we only have 4 hours. And but I do remember when that changed for me. And it didn't change until I was working professionally. And that was in a rehearsal process when we started for a play called The River Bride. And Laurie Woolery, who was directing it, asked us to simply sit in front of each other, 2 by 2, and just look at each other's eyes. And I will say what happened just by doing that simple exercise, and there were some actors who I knew and some actors I knew very, very well in that cast. It was hard not to become really emotional. Really, when you really look at another person and have to sit there with them in silence. And I realized it was really about peeling away that need for things to move at a certain pace, and get on with the script and get on with the work. It's peeling all of that away, which makes us vulnerable, which is, of course, why I don't like it. But how necessary it is to get yourself to that place in order to do the work that you want to do, in order to make it personal, in order to express what's happening within a character's life to an audience, requires us as actors to peel away the armor that many of us wear. Because again, we are subject to subjective opinion about our work. So we protect ourselves. And that very protection goes against what we actually need to do as actors, which is be vulnerable. And so I find that's probably going to be the biggest challenge for us as actors and for an audience to be able to sit with us as we get there and eventually have to grapple with the truths that come out.